Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, November 27. The Agriculture and Fisheries Ministry has been granted approval to implement a $25 million modernization of the agricultural sector program to help strengthen the industry. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green says the program will span over 5 years and is to be financed through a loan from the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB. It will be structured around two components, namely agricultural health and food safety and public agricultural infrastructure and services for public-private partnerships. The program aims to establish an effective funding mechanism to support the agricultural value chains and inclusion of the small, medium, and micro enterprises in the overall production and commercial supply chain.
The objective is to increase agricultural productivity and to increase income to our beneficiary smallholder farmers. We're going to be focusing a lot on agricultural health and food safety and how can we strengthen and develop local and export market linkages.
Minister Green was speaking at this week's post-cabinet press briefing. He added that under the program, an agro-parks master plan as well as a national public-private strategy would be developed for the sector. Meanwhile, the Agriculture Ministry and the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JIS, have received vouchers valued at $7.5 million from St. Jago Farm and Hardware Supplies Limited. The vouchers will give farmers access to insecticides, fungicides, seeds, and plant nutrition products to help build back the sector. They are redeemable at all St. Jago Farm and Hardware Supplies Limited locations. Additionally, the ministry has received input supplies from H&L Agro valued at $3 million for the farmers. These supplies are all part of the Agriculture Ministry's Emergency Response Program to assist farmers who were affected by the recent rains. Minister Floyd Green says the distribution of the supplies will be carried out by the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, and the JIS. This is to be conducted during the next 3 months.
There's enough work to go around, and we want to ensure that at the end of the day, the people who benefit from this program are the people who need the support. So I've said to RADA, let us ensure that the program is transparent, it is efficient, and it is effective.
Needy students at the secondary level who are enrolled in the Program of Advancement through Health and Education, PATH, will soon be receiving tablets from government. Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Fable Williams, made the disclosure during Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing.
Cabinet also gave approval for the award of contract for the provision of 15,000 laptops for high school students in grades 10 to 13 on the PATH program, and gave approval for the award of contract by eLearning Jamaica Limited to Royale Computers and Accessories Limited at a total cost not exceeding US $8.5 million, including GCT.
The tablets will be issued by eLearning Jamaica under government's Tablet in Schools program. Under the program, 40,000 tablets are being distributed to the students. The initiative is to assist students as they are engaged in online learning due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the education sector. Women who are victims of domestic abuse and need to use the government's first national shelter can now do so by calling a 24-hour hotline. Gender Minister Olivia Grange says the facility is now ready to accept clients, even though the ministry continues to receive donations for furniture to make it more comfortable for the women to rebuild their lives.
The numbers for the shelter, 876-553-0372 or 876-929-2997. And I see a lot of folks out there writing down the numbers, and I'm happy for that. So if you know of a case, or if someone reaches out to you, you give them the number and have them call for help.
Minister Grange revealed the numbers on Wednesday during an event observing International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. During the ceremony, Pillar 4 of the Spotlight Initiative, which was launched in March of this year to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls, was signed by the ministry and the United Nations Population Fund. Under Pillar 4 of the initiative, the toll-free hotline for victims of gender-based violence and the island's first national shelter will become operationalized, among other things. Still on gender affairs, brochures on domestic violence are now being printed in Braille. Minister Grange says the move is to ensure that individuals in our society who are blind can have access to these resources.
This will help to increase awareness of gender-based violence in the disabilities community. And this initiative is being done in partnership with the Jamaica Society for the Blind. So this is the brochure, and this is the one in Braille.
The minister says she will have copies made available to organizations that work closely with men and women who are visually impaired. And finally, the government will be announcing a national coordination committee within the next 2 weeks to manage the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines once these become available. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the revelation in Parliament on Tuesday while responding to questions in the House.
Which will involve members of different stakeholder groups to coordinate or begin to put in place the plans for distributing of the vaccine once it is available.
Dr. Tufton says the government had already made arrangements to secure a percentage of the vaccine that will come on the market through PAHO and WHO as part of a group funding.
So we're entitled, based on what we have advanced, to 10% of our population. That's the pool scheme that we have subscribed to. So we are therefore going to be entitled to a certain number of dosage.
Approximately 270,000 doses are expected under the arrangement. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.